it's not desperate or pathetic to want to find a partner or someone to love, or there is that kind of energy where it's like, look at me, I'm here on display and I'm waiting for you to claim me. And it's just like, yes. Ooh, I don't like that. Like, why can't we just be like cool first? Like, don't.
I wish we'd go back to when guys are just always walking up to you when you're out. Like, could you imagine? Oh my gosh, if you're like at the grocery store, at the gym, they're like, hi, I just couldn't help but say you're so beautiful. Like, I'd love to take you out sometime if you're single. If they were like good looking, I'm like, can we go back to those times? But because like society has more and more changed women to be like the chasers or like things like this, it's like making a lot of men be like, oh, I can just sit back. And I'm like, I hate that.
About 63% of men under the age of 30 are single, and a majority of them aren't even trying to date. Why do you think that is?
I think that they have trauma from past relationships, and that has kind of formed their perspective on women and dating, and they're making decisions based on their trauma. Because, right, they don't want to get hurt again. They don't want to put themselves in a position of being vulnerable. And I think it's just easier to be alone and mess around than it is to actually have a solid relationship, because that requires work.
Have the men given up? I'm serious. They just like stopped. They don't want to have sex anymore. They don't want to go on dates with women. They just want to hang out with their boys. Like, look, I get it. Men want to hang out with men. They want to do their thing. They don't want to care about women trauma anymore. I don't know. Maybe someone can explain to me what's going on, because as long as men are not approaching women, they are going to be single. And women are having a great time. From what I've seen, single women are having a great time. Yes, maybe they want boyfriends, they want to hook up, but single women are having a great time. The single men, I don't know, not so much. What do you think?
This guy's been trying to take me out on a date for the longest time, so I caved and I was like, sure, okay. I'm free 2 weeks from when we were speaking on a Friday. And he's like, okay, cool. And then he messages me the next day and he's like, good morning text, like sends me whatever. And I was like, look, do you mind just like not texting me? Because I don't really like messaging back and forth, and I would prefer to meet with you in person and chat them, because I'm quite busy during the week. And he's like, oh, sure, no worries. So I was like, message me on Friday with all the details and I'll be there. Thursday comes along. This is the Thursday before the date, and I haven't heard a thing from him. I don't know where we're going, what the date is. And I'm talking to my friend and I'm like, this guy has been trying to get me on a date for the longest time, and it's Thursday, we're supposed to be going out tomorrow, and I haven't heard anything from him. And she's like, really? Nah, scrap that, don't go. And I was like, well, I did say to him that don't message me until Friday, because I don't like to message back and forth. And she's like, well, that's why he hasn't messaged you. It's not Friday yet. And I was like, yeah, but I didn't mean it like that. Like, I want to know before. I want you to message me before to let me know what we're doing. Like, why can't you read my mind?
It's not cocking to me. I have fluffy hair. I have beautiful bangs. I'm 5'9". I'm Korean with a fat, and nobody wants me. Nobody wants me. What? Because I have like 6 counts of first-degree arson? Like, what?
One day, the world will be made clean again. Also, it was actually 10 counts of arson, so...
And my wife said this to me and was like, why aren't men interacting with women like they used to?
You might, let's say, try to talk to a girl. They and me like, no, I got a man. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, and let's say you get that a lot. Now, I'm not saying I get that a lot. But, you know, like, you...
Not me.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be that guy like, there's always men up here just come and talk. It's like, dang, can we just have our own, like, fun, you know, have peace? And I'd rather just go ahead and give them that peace. I don't want to come off as I'm being extra,
I don't want to be in no post.
One more thing really led to it too. People are too accessible now on social media. You know, I can DM, lock in, get a date all off Instagram. You don't even have to go to the club. Think about back in the day when there's no Instagram,
you had to go talk,
because you will never see her ever again. Once you get home, the numbers that you don't have, you don't have.
So my wife went out with her single friend, and all the guys kept trying to talk to my wife. Some of your homegirls are doing her, giving the signal off that guys don't want to come up to them. Women are getting online and saying, hey, don't talk to me. Leave us alone. Can a girl just go out with their girls and shit like that? And it seemed like this wasn't even that long ago.
Nothing in that.
So this woman was in a restaurant. She's looking around and all she sees other women. Nobody on a date. No man and woman on a date. Just women that as she said, dating each other. So the commentary is that men don't want to be on dates anymore. Men don't want to be on dates anymore. They don't want to go out with women because it's a waste of time and money. So my question is, do men ever like going on a date? Do men like going on dates? They like going to restaurants and trying different foods and things like that. Is it something that they only did because women like to do it? Like if I'm going to get in a relationship and I say I want to go to a restaurant, am I making him do something that he doesn't want to do? A lot of men say they just rather stay home. What do you guys think?
Since I have some awesome guys on TikTok right now listening, I'm thinking, may I have your opinion, please? What is it with men these days and not wanting to date? Do you guys have a fear of commitment? Is it the woman these days? Does it have anything to do with spending money on women? Does it have anything to do with trust issues? Maybe dating apps? Maybe you feel like there are endless options in terms of significant others? Please let me know in the comments.
Attractive people are not getting hit on like that.
Here comes the bull.
Especially attractive women.
Back we go to Delulu land where the Delilahs can't understand why they ain't getting the same attention from the single man.
It is usually the solid 4s and 5s that are getting approached regularly.
This one wasted no time before she dove head first into the shame.
Shame. Because that's where a lot of men's self-esteem level is.
I don't believe I heard you right.
They don't have the self-esteem level to talk to a woman that they would deem a baddie or a 10 or just a beautiful, stunning woman.
Flag on the play. So instead of her saying maybe it's some of these baddies up attitude and demands that they try to put on people they don't know, and that's probably why guys aren't approaching them, she'd rather shame the man and even the women who the men prefer.
You cannot make this up.
They usually are always, like I said, they are flooding the 4s and the 5s inboxes. I don't make the rules.
You treat them like animals, that's exactly how they'll behave. It's a good thing she doesn't make the rules because no man would be going on a date. We just be sending our wallet as our representative. And with that being said, gentlemen, the moral to this story is simple. Solid men flirt with beauty, but we commit to behavior. So if the baddies can't deal with that, so be it.
If you keep making eye contact with the man, why wouldn't he approach? And this man that most women would think, like, anyone would want him, right? Because it was like Ryan Gosling was materialized in one of our workshops. And he said, if you weren't smiling, and we're like, what? Like, he must know he's hot. So why would he need why would he need encouragement? Well, because he doesn't know. He hopes he is, but he doesn't know. And he doesn't know if he's hot to you, right? And this man actually acted it out. He's like, well, if she were smiling and she kept smiling and she'd have to be smiling all the way across the room until I was standing in front of her and she was still smiling. At any point that she stopped smiling, I would stop and turn around or pretend I was going someplace else. And what? And this is another crazy thing. Women think it's the men who get to pick, and men think it's the women who get to pick.
So who gets to pick? Is it both?
We get to pick who we hope will pick us.
Modern women had this idea that men were going to keep on putting up with their BS. They had this idea that men were going to continue to allow them to act irresponsibly, to do whatever they wanted to do, however they want to do it, whenever they want to do it. You get in marriage, you get into a relationship, there ain't no rules. I do whatever I want to do when I want to do it. And I don't have to report to nobody. I don't have to report to you. I don't have to say anything to you because I'm a grown person. I'm a grown woman. How far do you think you're going to go with that attitude? How much do you think that you're going to get done with that attitude? I mean, outside of a relationship, think about life in general. How far do you think you're going to go? Not very far. And modern women, I don't know who told them this, but modern women are thinking, I can act like a darn fool. I don't know who told them this, but modern women are thinking, I can act like a darn fool and still be effective. That's like somebody that's an athlete sitting up here talking about, man, you know what? I got the talent, I got the skills, I can jump out the gym. Shoot. I don't have to go to practice. I don't have to do any of that. You might win a few games, but it's going to be hard for you to win a championship because there's going to be other people out here that are not as good as you, that can execute better than you, and they know the game better than you. And they just say, oh, okay, well, he can do that. All right. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to strategize around that, and we're going to figure out how to win in spite of. Somebody might go out there and get 50 points. We can't seem to stop him from getting 50. We're going to strategize. And in spite of, you see, while he's getting his 50 points and the rest of the team is kind of off to the side, let's see if Johnny, you can get 10. James, you can get 10. Randy, you think you can get 10? Okay, that's 30. Okay, all right. Now, for the rest of you guys, you can think of 5. Now we're looking at what, 40? And you got 50, remember? And we got 5 more people on the bench that can each give us 5. 5 more people on the bench that can each give us 5 points. So we're already at 40 with just the starting 5 on the court. And then each of the 5 can give us what, 25 more points? Not only did we beat you, but we beat you soundly. We beat you soundly, right? By 15. Just by teamwork, strategy, which modern women don't have. They continue to do this whole thing, and then they end up losing anyway.
You know what is both terrifying and revolting?
What? I can only imagine.
When a man says I'm pretty.
Right. Okay then. So, ladies, I'm sure some of you are wondering what exactly this is about. Well, I have seen lots of videos out there of women asking why men don't seem to want to take women out on dates, why they don't seem to be interested, and why they most certainly have really stopped approaching women in public at all. Well, you just saw one of the many reasons why. Because unfortunately, social media is virtually saturated with lots of women indicating how much they dislike men, they don't want them near them, and they don't even want what would be considered to be positive attention from any man in the form of a compliment, because those are apparently terrifying. And ladies, if you want men to start being interested again, you have to start acting like you don't despise them.
Men don't approach you. Although you have beautiful hair, your makeup is spot on, your eyelashes are amazing, and your outfits are to for. So that's not where the problem is. The point is, your attitude is what scares them off. If you're anywhere, let's say in a bar, and you're staring at your phone, and you're looking up, and you see that a guy is checking you out, and you just do this, that doesn't work anymore. We women always think we have to be these mysterious beings, keep our distance, and let them work for our love. Yeah, but give them something to work with. And what you can give them is a little smile, because you're not some flower who's waiting to be picked.
So with a lot of men, especially men that are considerate, right? I'm talking about considerate men here. Men that try to, you know, acknowledge what you may go through, or try to just be mindful of, like, all right, if I approach this woman in the parking lot, she might feel uncomfortable. She might feel away. She might not be in the mood for this. She might be, whatever the case may be. And it's not necessarily about a man that doesn't have the courage or a man that's insecure. It's just, you know, you don't know this woman. You don't know her story. You don't know what she's been through. You don't know nothing.
Calling all men, especially if you agree with this comment, that you wouldn't want to be with a single mom, especially as a man with no kids. Okay, I would love to hear the reasons why. if you agree with this, if you agree with what he said. I would love to know what the your deal is. So leave a comment, please explain. Don't just leave some. I need explanations of your reasons why. Like, it doesn't matter on the woman and her personality and like what she's got going on. Like, just, it's an automatic no if they have kids. Please tell me.
There's a woman in the comments that said guys need to stop taking rejection from strangers personal. And once again, it's not so much the rejection, because you can get over that. It's the attitude in which it was done. Modern women, once again, not taking accountability for the way that they treat people. You think that you can talk to people sideways, you can act a fool with people, and then people won't take notice. You think that you can say silly, off-the-wall things to people, men specifically, and then they'll be like, dang, that was harsh, but it is what it is. On to the next. No, what these modern women are trying to do is break the spirit of a man. They're trying to break the spirit of a man. And when a man says, I don't have to put up with this, then all of a sudden, oh, he's sassy. Why would he do that? Why would I protect myself?
He wants to reproduce with you.
Right.
He don't know you to say,
He don't even
I like your personality.
He don't even want to reproduce. He wants to release his reproduction fluid.
There you go. Release.
There we go.
Release.
He wants to release.
A lot of the time, men aren't taught about semen retention.
Clock it.
I'm a goat, I'm a pull, me a rabbit out a hat, ounce of cane, mixed with sugar and some.
When you go to a bar, do you typically look to pick up a girl? Like, would you go up to a group of girls and like, okay,
never.
You would never do
Never.
that. Okay.
Never. I can't bring myself to do it. I think that all of the like typical pickup lines or whatever you would say to someone you don't know comes off so sleazy. It's like not the move.
I'm 30 years old. Here's why most men won't date me. Well, I think you just told us why, but let's see. I wake up naturally before 6 a.m. No, that's not the reason. I work up 7 days a week. No. I have way too many hobbies. No. I don't watch TV. No. I expect direct it. No. Inconsistency gives me. No. If someone hurts or disrespects me, I quietly put no. I'm a lover girl to a foot. No. I have a zero tolerance policy for hot and cold. No. I don't entertain cat and mouse games. No. If you spend a lot of time with me, I will convince you that you're capable of everything you've ever dreamed of. How could that be a no? I read you like a book. No. I'm in a different country at least once per quarter. Okay, there we go. Now you're saying the truth. Yeah, that's a massive red flag. I am expensive. Oh, so you're a gold digger. You saved the last two for the actual reason that most men don't want to entertain a 30-year-old expensive woman. Oh, it's because I have a lot of hobbies. No, it's because you're a gold digging.
Par 4, and I will leave it at par 4 unless y'all want me to continue. Otherwise, I'm going to leave it at par 4. And I'm going to say this, that men have a right to their feelings, and this is how they feel, ladies. Let's get it started. Y'all are too naked, too scantily dressed out in public. They don't like the fake hair and the extended lashes. That's been an ongoing conversation. They hate lace front wigs. They hate it. Y'all are not fun to be around. Someone said, why even date when you can get everything for free, expecting everything, offering nothing, too many attitudes. I agree. Always needing approval from your friends, very unapproachable. I can also agree. Say you want good men, but constantly pick the opposite. I agree. Always seeking validation and attention from social media. I can go on.
Why am I meeting men in their 30s, pushing their 40s, and they're like, oh, I don't know if I'm ready for a relationship. I don't know if I'm a girlfriend yet.
It's because they don't like you. That's most of the reason, yes. Imagine in any other scenario if I came on the internet being like, I don't know, why is it that every time I ask a girl to hang out, she's like, I don't know, I'm busy, I have a family thing, and I've asked her like 20 times that. Do you guys know why that would be? It goes to show that these girls' egos are so big that it doesn't even occur to them that maybe this was just an excuse for them to get out of not being in a relationship with you. The amount of girls I see where they come on here and they try to like shame guys that are above the age of like 30 years old, being like, yeah, like he says he's not ready for a relationship. He's not ready for a relationship with you. That's the thing. You're gonna tell me you think if this gorgeous, amazing, mature, well-spoken, super caring, loving woman came in his life, he would be like, no, I'm not ready for a relationship. Think logically. Every single time that you've given an excuse to not do something with a guy, it'd be like, no, I'm not ready for a relationship. Think logically. Every single time that you've given an excuse to not do something with a guy, was it really that you didn't want to do it, or was it the fact that you just didn't want to do it with that specific guy? If the most gorgeous, athletic, successful man in the world asked you to do that exact same activity, you would have done it. Moral of the story is if you're a guy or you're a girl, if you're having the same common experiences with several people, it's almost always you. But that's just my opinion. But hey, what do you think?
You ever notice it's always, I wish a guy would do this, I wish a guy would do that. What you really mean to say is, I wish a guy would make up for the mistakes that I've made. I wish a guy would really forget what I've said. All of the dumb stuff that I've let fly out of my mouth over the last 4 or 5 years. I wish he would forget that and just go ahead and correct my mistake for me. I want to turn off my brain and let my man take over, which means I want somebody to come up, allow me to relax and be lazy, because I don't plan on doing anything until I want to. And that's what femininity is. You guys have the wrong idea of what you should be doing out here. You should be working together. And the fact that you don't want to, I want to go back to the old ways of what exactly? You mean when you used to cook and clean? You mean when you used to put in effort? You mean when you used to say thank you? And you would be okay with somebody taking you out to coffee or ice cream or, hey, let's go have a soda pop? You mean those days? Taking you out for a burger was, oh man, that took me out for a burger or a meeting in the park and that being enough? You mean those days? When you were looking for a genuine connection? Y'all don't want that nowadays.
If you were to look at me and give me 2 solid reasons on why I'm undateable, what would they be? Because I'm really just trying to understand.
And I can tell why you're single. Can you just shut the up already? Damn.
So the other day for St. Patrick's Day, I was at a bar and this girl came up to me and she was like, hey, are you looking for a man? And I was like, what do you mean? And she's like, well, I'm with a group of bunch of guys, like they are looking for a girl, like you should come over by us and like scope it out, whatever. And I was like, okay, like period, like get good wing woman, good on you, whatever. And then the more I'm thinking about it, I was like, I'm not gonna go walk up to a group of guys right now and like get pimped out. And I also looked over at them and they all looked just like far too young, which was completely on me because why was I at Halligan's? But anyways, that's besides the point. I think that a collective reality for a lot of men right now is that they are afraid to shoot their shot. They're afraid to approach women. They don't want to come off as creepy. And we are so reliant on dating apps that you don't really have to shoot your shot if you don't want to, when you can sit on your phone and just scroll and get rejected virtually, which stings a lot less than in person. But I think Chicago is actually much worse when it comes to men being very afraid to approach. And my theory is because we are not a transplant city, which means that people go out in big hordes and groups. Their high school friends, their college friends, people that they've known forever, and they don't deviate from those groups. Why would you need to if you have 30 friends from high school who are already in your circle? Chicago is just like mob mentality, squad mentality. Like you roll deep with your squad, you don't deviate from your squad, you're not looking for friends. And so we're not practicing the skill of talking to strangers, of nurturing connections with strangers, of hitting on girls at the bar. Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel it. My friends who have moved to New York have felt it. And I think that we all need to collectively start talking to strangers, me included. Anyways, let me know if you agree or disagree. Let me know if you think I'm full of shit, to be quite honest. Okay, love you.
I've also been getting a lot of comments like this, and it drives me insane because it is not true. I was at a coffee shop the other week, and a guy came up to me and approached me, and we started having a conversation. Was I, like, feeling butterflies in this conversation? Absolutely not. Was he an objectively, attractive person? Maybe someone would say yes. I was not attracted to this person, despite having a nice conversation. And I'll give myself credit for, like, not being like, I'm not gonna sit next to you, or just being, like, standoffish with him trying to make the conversation with me. Like, I'm not going to do that because I'm not going to treat someone with disrespect. Like,
What girls like this fail to realize, and she says it almost 30 times in her video, is she uses the word, I won't do that. I wouldn't do that. Does that change the fact that common sense, majority of people don't actually do those things? This is the dating equivalent of when men tell other women when they're saying like, oh, I'm scared of going on a date because of the fact that I can be and this, and then go, well, I wouldn't do that. You wouldn't do that. Doesn't change the fact that there are men out there that might do that. But this is not what that video is about. This video is about this girl replying to a comment of a guy saying, yes, you guys want to be approached, but only want to be approached by men that you deem attractive. And I would girl replying to a comment of a guy saying, yes, you guys want to be approached, but only want to be approached by men that you deem attractive. And I would say in majority of cases, yes, that is true. Sitting there in fantasy world being like, yeah, you know, I respect that he put himself out there and, you know, just because I didn't find him attractive, yes, that's very nice of you. But do you really think that every girl is like that? For most men and most people in general, to be honest with you, it only takes doing something 1 to 2 times and then having something traumatic happen. The girl yells at you, says no, whatever it is, and then you're like, nah, I'm good. I don't want to do this anymore. For a lot of men, when it comes to approaching, the only difference that comes from being deemed creepy or charismatic is how attractive you are. It is just a fact. I hate to quote How I Met Your Mother, but they did a whole episode that articulated this very well, where they showed how if you say one thing, if you do one gesture, it can be deemed so romantic. But then that same gesture done by a different man who you're not attracted to can be deemed super creepy. Moral of the story here is I appreciate this girl being nice, but you live in fantasy world if you think that's most girls that are going to do that. But that's just my opinion. But hey, what do you think?
Look at here. Y'all keep coming with the excuses. They say 52% of young men say they can't afford to date. Money is now the #1 barrier to finding love. I paused intentionally because the excuses just keep on coming. Why is it that a man can't use his brain and be creative and think of great ways to take a woman out without spending the bank? Because let me tell you something, fellas, if you're only taking a woman out that only wants you because you're spending money, that's probably a great indicator in dating that she might not be the one for you. Here in Detroit, we have a Riverwalk where you could take a woman right to the Riverwalk, have a great time, talking about life, talking about goals. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? And that can be probably the most memorable date that you both have ever been on. But you sitting up here trying to have $200 dates for what? If you ain't got that kind of bank, you shouldn't be trying to do that. And if that woman requires that, then she's just not the woman for you. Some of y'all going over and beyond for women that never even wanted you in the first place. If she only with you for a free meal, that's already giving you a clear indicator she's not the one for you. So stop the excuses, stop all the mess. Finances, I understand the economy is bad, but when has it not? Every generation had to deal with the economy, and every last one of them complained about money. So that can't be the reason. The truth is, you're not trying to be creative, and you're probably going after women that don't want you, and that's on you. You have to take accountability, fellas. Just like you say women should too. I love my fellas, but start thinking smart, because if I was a boy mom, I would be telling my son these type of things, and you guys should already know this. So love yourself enough to know. Go out with a woman that really is thinking about a future, really thinking about how she can build, because a woman that's looking to build, she's not looking to spend all your money on the first few dates. She's looking to actually build with someone that can grow wealth together. Think about it, fellas. Be creative out there. I love y'all, fellas, and you know I love my ladies.
The thing that struck me was that men 18 to 25, 45% of men 18 to 25 have not engaged personally on asking a woman out for a date, or I find that to be shocking.
Almost half of young men have never asked a woman out in person. And there's a bunch of factors around that. One, it's difficult. I mean, it's just not easy. One of the key skills I think a man has to treat or try and give his son is to how to express romantic interest while making that person feel safe. And this is only anecdotal evidence. When I go out and I'm in social situations, I'll have women approach me and say, I'm here, I'm single and I'm ready to mingle, I look amazing, and a man hasn't approached me in 3 months, right? And 80% of women still expect the man to make that initial approach. And also, to a certain extent, men's interest in romantic relationships has been pathologized. Like there's something wrong if you want to meet women and ultimately have sex, And I think we need to start celebrating it, because a man's desire to be in a relationship and, quite frankly, to have physical encounters is fire. And that is, it can be destructive, but that fire can also be captured in an engine and create tremendous progress. Wanting to have it channeled correctly, which it is for most men, makes you want to dress better, smell better, have a kindness practice, have your act together, develop the resilience and the confidence to approach someone, and maybe they're not interested, and guess what? You're both going to be fine. We need to celebrate men wanting to have relationships and making an approach. And if you don't develop those skills and that resilience and those calluses from rejection, you're going to struggle in other parts of your life. So the most rewarding thing in life is going to struggle in other parts of your life. So the most rewarding thing in life is relationships, full stop. And I think the most rewarding relationship is building a life with someone and having kids. Thinking, just to be blunt, I would really like to have sex with her. And that forced me to be a better person, to try to have a kindness practice, to demonstrate excellence. And 18 months later, we had our first son. So let's stop demonizing men for wanting to procreate. It's a wonderful thing as long as you channel it into wanting to be a better man.
Here's how I've tried to date in the wild is I try to do like 3 to 4 glances, and I try to smile at a guy that I am like interested in. And it's not a glance of like, if I'm glancing at you, it's not like I'm not just scanning the room. It's like, and then I'm gonna look away. I'm gonna do a little smile, and then I'm gonna look away. This is just from what I have observed from my perspective, is that good men are nervous to approach women in public, even if she's giving him those kind of signals, because all they hear about is all of the bad guys who are super aggressive in bars, or just kind of like gross to women in public. And these good men are like, that would be like my worst nightmare if I was construed to be doing that. So thank you. Like, that's deeply appreciated that you guys are respectful and kind to women. I think that they're just nervous to either like be misreading the signals. Like maybe she was just smiling to be polite. Maybe she was just scanning the room. With me, honey, like, I love to flirt. Not that I am a flirt. No, I am a flirt. But like a good flirt with a good heart of gold. But you will know. I will be putting those signals out. And men, we also appreciate it when, you know, if you do happen to misread the scenario, like accepting like a polite decline or just like accepting friendship. Ooh, I know that's really cringe to say. What am I trying to get at here? The other reason that maybe men don't approach is exactly what I said just now, is fear of rejection. And that is so real. Like, that's a human thing. Like, maybe men get rejected more on the front end, but women get rejected too. Every human deals with rejection. So I know it's scary, but in this world of dating apps and being online constantly, like, I don't know, maybe be brave. Just like try it. Just try and go up to that woman that you think is kind of being flirty and go into it with like the intention of like friendliness. Read her. If she's giving you flirty, flirt back, honey. Honey, flirt back.
But most men associate nose rings with intimacy. Hi, Beauty, welcome in.
I am interested in being married. Not sure what I'm doing, not attracting what I want.
So before marriage, are men approaching you to take you out on a date? Step number 1.
No.
When was the very last time a man approached you?
That was about a week ago.
Okay, and then what happened?
He texted me and just was like, oh, you know, would you come over? And I was like, nah, we're not doing that.
That's what he thought immediately. Okay, Tisha, can I see you head to toe? How you look right now because you are in public?
Yes.
Okay. Not that the nose ring isn't cute on you. I'm not saying it doesn't look good. But most men associate nose rings with intimacy. So I want us to remove that.
Girl, listen, I'm not playing like that.
Okay, that ring needs to come off too, that ring. Because if you look quick enough, it may look like an engagement ring. And I want you to wear your hair down, not in a ponytail.
So don't wear a ponytail, okay.
No, we don't want ponytail. Can you wear your hair out? Even if it's your natural hair, I want hair out.
Out? Okay.
Yeah.
I have TWA, little afro.
So you can do your little afro with a dress and a pair of heels. So you can do a little summer sundress, do a sundress, and a little thong heel that you slip on.
A thong heel, like toes out?
Toes out.
Okay, so
bright
not
color,
Afro out.
something bright, pink, blue, white, brighter lip color, because I saw the nose ring, I saw black eyeliner, and then I saw a brown lip liner, right? That combination gives edge.
Oh.
Yes.
I'm over here thinking I'm demure, thinking I'm, soft.
Yeah, I'm not saying you're not. Like, your energy feels that way to me. It doesn't feel like you aren't. But I'm just saying, first impression, that's what I got. So you can do your natural hair. I like to twist out. And then I want you to think of another hair, maybe a hair piece where you have a bang. Some type of curtain bang. It could be short. It doesn't need to be long.
Oh, a bang. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
curtain
I like
bang.
That. I haven't done bangs in a long time.
Yeah.
I haven't done bangs in a long time.
And I want us to go to different locations in your city. Okay, so every week you should be going out. That goes to everyone here. Going to this cafe, if no one's responding to you as you are right now, then we need to try a new outfit and then come back to this location. If no one's responding to you as you are right now, then we need to try a new outfit and then come back to this location.
And see what happens.
Absolutely. You're a beautiful girl, but take it up a notch. So sometimes it's not what you're doing, it's how you're doing it. If every day when you're walking out the door, as soon as you get out the door, and no one is approaching you, it's the way you're putting yourself together. It's simple as that. There's men everywhere. Driving, as you're driving, on the road, in the mall, in the pharmacy, in the Target, in the Walmart, in the Saks, in the Nordstroms, they're everywhere. If you look good, they will approach, okay? The right man will not be intimidated by you. He will not be able to help himself. He's gonna be like, oh my gosh, look at that. I cannot let her go out of my eyesight.
So I saw this interview of a guy asking a girl what she brings to the table, and her response is exactly why men are tired of dating. She basically said she doesn't have to bring anything to the table and got offended that he even asked her that question. This entitled mindset is why men are walking away from dating. Here's what I realized. Men have been taught since birth how to treat women, but we as women are taught our entire lives how to be treated by a man, not how to treat a man. Like, think about it. From the time we're little girls, we're told what we deserve, what we should expect, what standards we should have, but nobody teaches us what we should give, how we should support, or what we should contribute. Men from a very early age learn about respect, providing, protecting, leading, and making a woman feel valued. But what are women learning? How to receive, demand, expect, and be catered to? We're taught that we're queens who deserve to be worshipped, but nobody teaches us how to be the type of woman worth worshiping. And the dating advice women get from other women is so toxic. We have this mentality, if he won't, then someone else will. So if he won't pay for your dates or buy you expensive gifts or treat you like a queen, then guess what? Someone else will. Like, that's basically the dating advice for women, and it's so messed up. Like, imagine if the roles were reversed and men were like, if she can't cook or won't clean or support or respect me, then someone else will. Women would lose their freaking minds. And then y'all would start calling that toxic masculinity. We've literally created a generation of women who think they deserve everything while bringing absolutely nothing to the table. And then we wonder why men are walking away from dating altogether. Men are expected to have money, a career, a car, a house, emotional intelligence, leadership skills, the ability to provide and protect. But when they ask what women bring, suddenly that's offensive. Meanwhile, men are working on themselves, building their careers, focusing on their fitness and finances, learning how to be a better partner. And what are women doing? Complaining that there are no good men while refusing to become good women. The dating advice for women has become what can you get, not what you can give. It's about finding someone who serves you, not someone you can serve alongside. And here's the contradiction that nobody wants to talk about. Us women can't say, get rid of the patriarchy, and then expect men to give you patriarchal privileges. You can't demand equality and then still expect men to pay for everything, approach you first, and provide for you. We want to tear down traditional gender roles when it benefits us, but keep them when they serve us? That's not equality. That's having your cake and eating it too. And then we act shocked when men choose to focus on themselves instead of dealing with entitled, demanding women who offer nothing but expect everything. This is why men are going their own way. This is why they're choosing peace over relationships. We literally made dating not worth their time or energy. You can't expect to receive what you're not willing to give. Like attracts like, so become the person you want to be with. Stop asking what men can do for you and start asking what you can do for them. That's how you become irreplaceable.
You know, what are we doing out here? What are we doing? You know, some of these modern women, you know, you just get a good feeling about why they're single. You know, you can't, no.